Welcome everybody to this session called Why Create a Course on EdTech Tools, run by myself, me, the organizer of the virtual roundtable. I've decided to do a presentation on our very latest project, and I'm delighted that you're here to listen to this. However, as you know me, I'm not the person who likes to just present. I hope that this is a conversation. So I will be asking you questions along the way. I will also be, I hope that you join in the conversation about a very, very new, different approach of running things that I'm proposing here today. Allow me to introduce myself first as Heike Philp. What I've done in the past, I've spent 20 years dedicated my life, my professional life to in teacher training, helping teachers to acquire expertise in teaching at a distance in real time. And I've done this with the support of 24 universities by now and a budget of more than 2 million euro by the European Commission in a total of 5 EU-funded projects, which I was able to co-initiate, often initiate and do the work of the project proposals to develop teacher training courses that deal with difficult things like teaching a language in a 3D environment, what we know today as metaverse, or at the very beginning, it was teaching a language in a video conferencing environment, which was about 15 years ago. And I said that it took 15 years and the pandemic to actually become the norm of language teaching and learning. Thankfully, to a lot of other tools, we're now in the position to have a variety of approaches, and so I'm looking forward to presenting to you now a project that I have come up with, which is very dear to my heart during the pandemic. Just starting the presentation. So here we go. I'm just really interested in having the text chat open all the time to be able to, as I said, converse on things. Yes, yeah, picture. Why create a video course on edtech tools, and what is edtech tools in the first place? It is a new project. It's a startup. We're not a very fast startup. We are a very slow startup, but we are a startup. Currently, 3 of us in the team, and edtechttools.com is a hosting platform for video courses about educational tools created by teachers who use these tools in class. This is what it looks like. Actually, I don't need to share this one such, because I keep I go to the website as well, if I may. So this is the edtech tools website itself. It is essentially a web shop, and we have several courses here, video courses. And this is the idea: video courses on educational tools. This is what you can buy here. They're brought to you by teachers who use these tools in class. The tools themselves, or the courses, apologies, the courses are each 1 hour long. Not more, not less. So you can learn how to get started in Minecraft in an hour. You can learn about EduCandy. You can learn about Camtasia, chunks, etc. You can learn the basics often. I'm not saying that in an hour you can learn a complete tool. You can start with the basics, and if the tool is more complicated, you'll find there will be 2 courses on it. So yes, but the idea is that we spend time in a video course watching videos and reading some information and doing some tasks for a total of 1 hour, and then there will be a certificate of completion at the end. So who in the audience has been able to set up such a video course? And tell me, have you found this to be difficult? Feel free to speak up. So here is our vision. Okay, this is my vision. I believe that we're going to see a lot of educational tools flood the market. Already now there are a known 700, something like that. And the teachers are overwhelmed by the sheer variety of things. Sometimes they don't know tools that are similar. There's a really, really good website, a reference website to go to, which I'd like to share. And that is Jane Hart's Top 300 Tools for Learning. She has been doing that she's a consultant, and she's been at the Online Educa every year. And I've known her for about 15 years. We've done lots of events together. Jane Hart has done one thing is she calls every year, she calls on educators around the world to send in their top 10 tools, and then she creates these lists. And for example, here we have the top 300 of tools in total. So that's a summary. Yeah. Here, ED stands for educational tools, and something workplace or work something, what is it? Workplace learning. Yeah. And here personal learning. So personal learning, workplace learning, and educational tools. So if we look at YouTube, number 1, this number here is the number from last year. So if Zoom is the tool number 2 this year, last year it was number 4. Yeah. Google search being tool number 3, last year was 5, or Microsoft Teams, which is now on place 4 of the popularity, has moved up from 13. And we can see this, lots of schools are actually deploying Microsoft Teams at the moment. She publishes these top 300, so you can always, every year, you can see which ones are new, which ones are trending. Very interesting. She does a great job there as a reference. So, so the forever changing landscape of educational tools, the variety, the amount of them being flooded the market, and a lot of obviously sales efforts going on to get teachers to use these tools. And oops, a bit too fast, apologies. So I would like, as a vision, I would like to pronounce this, that we become the go-to place. Yeah, how to go to and learn, learn about tools. Let me say, because many say, oh, I'm happy with MS Teams, I don't need anything else. Or I'm happy with Zoom, I don't need anything else. Do you know the law of the instrument? To a man with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So the less tools you have, the limited the options of solving a problem are. And some of the tools they require are solving problems with classroom management. Some of the tools need to give us a communication tool with the parents. Some of the tools should also encourage the kids and let them enjoy or learning management system. So really, truly speaking, we need a variety of tools. So now the approach, which I believe is innovative, is skill sharing. Yeah. Could you perhaps let me know in text chat, what do you think skill sharing, where you know this expression to be from? And to be honest, I've been looking for skill sharing. In the end, I kind of come across with the Volkshochschule, which is a people's school type of thing here in Germany for adult learners, people's school kind of setting. Is anybody out there? I'm quite happy to present. Welcome back, Giselle. Giselle, I'm just going to talk a little bit about why create a course on edtech tools. And it's a new project I've started last year. And I'd like to encourage teachers to become course creators. That's my purpose for this presentation. So let's go back to edtechttools.com, and these are the courses. For example, let's take this one. So Safsan is going to talk about MS Teams for Education. As mentioned, the course itself is always 1 hour long. Yeah. And how much do we charge? $8.99. And let's look at another course, introducing choice board. Thanks, Giselle. That's sweet for you to say. Yeah, incorporating choice boards. Where's the price tag? Sorry, I must have clicked somewhere else. So interesting, she hasn't got one. Yeah. No price tag here, but it says it in the front page. $8.99. So EduCandy, $8.99, $8.99, $8.99. And I will be talking about the business model of why teachers should sell courses, which so often they say, well, why should, why sell a course? The thing is, as a teacher, think how we can, in the past, how we teachers were able to make what's known as passive income. Time ago, a few years ago, if you were really into the teaching bit and acquired great academic skills, then eventually you became a book author, or you published teaching material, yeah, or teacher training material for that matter. So that was the career of a teacher back then. Let's say we would go to publishers and say, look, really want to put a lot of effort into producing some material. Can you publish it for me, and can you pay me for that? And so on. This, as a book author, was the kind of career. Now think today, a lot of teachers can no longer make any bit of a living on the few pennies that you've been paid by publishers. So royalties are down. Percentage of the books are down. Some royalties were even abolished. Publishers encourage teachers to, they pay per book, per work. They no longer pay royalties. So how can you as a teacher make additional money, income, passive income? That means you work once, you put it online, and then you continually earn by this product being sold. Or how much money can we as active teachers then earn if we get sick, if we get old? What, what do we want to live off? Yeah. So this means of income, passive income, has been greatly reduced. And so I'm hoping here in this platform to be able to create a source and stream of passive income. through the video courses that have been sold over the internet. I'll talk about the business model a little bit more, but what I would like to talk about just briefly now, forgive me if I don't have that presentation on full because I keep swapping paints, yeah. Skill sharing. The one thing I love is user-generated content, yeah. And I'm saying this after having worked with 24 universities in my projects. I've worked with doctors, professors, 30 years of teacher trainers, incredible experts when it comes to the educational technology side of things. Remember my projects, my EU-funded projects have been all about virtual worlds and VR and Minecraft and OpenSim, and really techie people that I've been working with. But the educational world is a very top-down world. So we always look up to the experts. Yeah, it's a bit like in medicine, it's the same, you know, unless you're doctors, professors. But skill sharing is on the same eye height. I share my knowledge or my skills with people who are my colleagues, with my communities. And we find that skill sharing is a beautiful, cost-effective way of learning from others. Yeah. So if I wanted to learn new tools, graphic design, marketing, so I go for skill sharing. It's really cheap. And I'd like to show you a really great example of a skill sharing website, and they've started with this approach rather early in this game. That's Udemy. And to be honest, I've borrowed quite a bit from Udemy when it comes to the business model and the idea. And I'd like to point out to you here, this is a site full of video courses, yeah, broad selection of courses. A lot of the courses, or their best sellers, as it were, have to do with programming, web development, JavaScript, you know, like this is a bit what they focus on. But let's have a look at this course just briefly. It shows the power of passive income. Yeah. Now, if you want to make some money, passive income means it's coming in even if when you sleep. So look at this course. It's $18.99. It's like nothing. Okay. What do you get for it? You get 65 hours of on-demand video. You get 85 articles, 49 downloadable resources, coding exercise, and. You get the complete web development bootcamp. That means you will become a web developer taking her course. A complete web developer who knows HTML, Java, CSS, Web 3.0, etc. 56 hours course. That's almost a profession. If you know this, you can make money on, you know, as a career. Yeah. So, but look at this. She has had 623,010 students on this course. Because you would think, why would she sell so cheap? Yeah, $18.99. 623,000 students, that makes it like one course she's created. She probably earned more than $1 million with this course alone. Yeah, that's the power of passive income. And of course, she's very active too. And yeah, you can, beautiful example. Her ratings are really up. So user ratings is very important in this game. But that's an example of Udemy. Udemy by itself is making $230 million annually in profit alone. Okay, and they have two business models behind it, as far as I can tell. Of those $18.99, I just have to think. What's her name? This woman's name here. Where is her name? There is somewhere in the bottom. And she said, Dr. Angela Yu. Apologies. So of those 1899, she gets, as far as I know, 85%. So what she leaves to Udemy as a marketing effort is a little bit like what booking.com takes from the hotels for marketing their rooms. Yeah. So this is what Udemy does. It's a hosting platform. But Angela Yu has created this course completely by herself, and she's maintaining the course by herself. Yeah, she keeps updating it. So, but this is the power of skill sharing. Udemy has exampled it, and there's a saying that also Udemy takes the best rated courses, approaches companies, and offers them complete packages for their members of staff, which means, say, the top management of Lufthansa gets this course and this course and this, you know, gets a toolkit or a course kit, and they pay for the few hundreds that there are worldwide, X amount of money. And of this particular B2B pricing model, then the course creator gets 50% of that money, because Udemy spends time in sales efforts, and that is costly. So the course, but it's also something that the course creator doesn't need to do anything about it. So this is the business model I'm envisioning for edtech tools, which almost brings me to the last page. Yeah, this is the business model of this. But I think there's more to it than making money. And of course, I would like you to make money. I believe that many will take an edtech tools course, will create an edtech tools course, not because of the income initially, because we have to grow. This is a process that might take time anyway, long tail, but because of the know-how that we can share with each other. So I'm intending to create a blog on tools to come up with, or those who actually offer the tool courses could also write blogs if you like. There's a community obviously around the virtual roundtable. It's not the only community that there is. We have Facebook, we've got vLanguages, we've got Evo, we've got a number of communities that could be part of that edtech tools business. What we have here at the moment are the very first 15 courses. And these courses are done by this core team around the virtual roundtable. And I'm so grateful to you guys that you are helping me to set this up, because I have to demonstrate somehow the approach. And so you've been the pioneers and the helpers in that respect. And we went out greatly to help you create the video course in return, because we're so happy that you as a course creator are here at the beginning to provide this skill of yours, to share your skill. And then and we were able to start this off. So 15 courses for the first 2 years of development is like nothing, but we learned a long way. We had to find a video hosting site, we had to video hosting service, we had to set up the sites, buy the domain edtechttools.com, and especially that development in a small team on what could a 1-hour course look like. And I'd like to delve into this, that our learning management system has sampled this approach. So when you go into this one, then in Canvas, we've set up a bit of a course with the embedded videos, which we edited for you from the recordings, and an approach to look at what makes sense when you learn a tool, what you need to do. because we want to make it practical. We want to give installation instructions, etc. So Helena Galani in Greece, as the Director of Studies of edtech-tools, has been instrumental in developing this pedagogical, didactical, proper approach of a video course. I'm really grateful for her input on the why, the hows, and the whats, and the focus and the balance of these different methodologies. Really, really great job. I could also, in that position, also mention Martin Leo, who was part of the team as the webmaster, the video editor. So he has a lot of experience with Camtasia. Thank you so much, Martin. So we're the three of us, we're the small core team to start this off. And it's been a very enjoyable development so far. And I hope that we can speed it up a little bit now that the groundwork has been placed, but often the groundwork, even in a building site, is the one that is not really seen, but it takes a lot of work to set up the foundation of things. And then as soon as we go into the height, you'll see a lot more things growing. And I'm looking forward to faster development now that my personal situation has changed as well. So back to the idea of edtech-tools, the business model. Now I'd like to say, who is our competition? You know, is it Udemy? Not really, because Udemy, what Udemy does is not, so it's not Udemy. There's other skill sharing websites around. They offer something on the line of graphics design, and so the courses are different. Yeah. Who else is our competitor? Is it, for example, FutureLearn, which is a video hosting platform that every universities can go to? So no, because Coursera, FutureLearn, and a number of these video platforms like self-study platforms, MOOCs, we used to call them MOOCs, are like courses by universities or really sort of certified accredited courses. And ours is not. Ours is skill sharing. Ours is the course creators are English teachers. You know, they don't even know MS Teams. This is the beauty of user-generated content. We're not experts in the field, and this is what I really, really enjoy. Thanks, Ben. Now, the competitor is really YouTube. Okay, so you can learn a tool on YouTube. You can learn Google Classroom on YouTube, you can learn MS Teams on YouTube, etc., etc. But putting myself in the shoe of somebody who could possibly buy a course on edtech-tools, I'd say there are a distinct difference to learning a tool on YouTube than learning a tool here at edtech-tools. Because of this approach. I don't know whether you see my cursor actually. Course creator, the first one is course creator is a teacher. So we're colleagues, we're not an expert, not a professor, not a doctor, not a top-down teacher trainer. Actually, I've outvited teacher trainers from the virtual round table now. The Joe Dales of this world, the Russell Stunners of this world, they explain tools, but they don't use them in class. That's the big difference. Then we can look over their shoulder. Learn to set up a tool from scratch. Now, this is an important one. I can often find information on a certain problem that I encounter. But what I don't find is this really from the beginning. And I've had a number of people who simply go wrong at the very first click. Instead of downloading that version of the software, they download that version of the software and everything goes bonkers. You know, and it's from scratch that we really look forward to, yeah. Then given practical task in the video course itself, we have tasks built in that encourage you to not only watch the videos, but also to do as if. That means at a certain point, we say, look, you install the software. Can you provide to us a screenshot of your interface so that we can see that you've done the correct thing? So this is a task, a practical task all along this courses that we've put in on purpose.
Thousands of dollars.
So at the end of the 1 hour course, I know how to use the tool. Definitely, yeah. So I spend 1 hour on YouTube. It could be that I'm looking here and looking there, and I know somebody whom I could ask, yeah, if I get stuck. Additionally, I hear about tips and tricks to use the tool in class. So the course creator shares this know-how on what to do with the tools, when to use, what kind of learners really are good with this. Are these too young, too old? Is it for learners with specific issues learning, like special educational needs? Is it for this? So you hear the practical using the tool in class experience. You also may even get examples from learners. You get a certificate of experience, certificate of completion. That's a speller here. You get a certificate of completion at the end of the course. And perhaps, and this is what I'm hoping for, that Ursula did a great job, that by watching some of the video courses, some like Zainab or Georgia, you know, they're so warm, they're so lovely. And sometimes they're not, you know, they're not a tool expert, they're not a software salesperson, they are like teachers. And then I feel if they can do it, perhaps also I can become a course creator. I may also be able to earn some money on this site. And I may even do it in a language that benefits my countrymen. And I'm talking about Spanish speaking teachers who hopefully are encouraged by what we do here to come forward and create video courses on MS Teams or video courses on Wakelet in Spanish, in Russian, in French, in Polish, in order to have a market or selling it on the local market. And I'm hoping that I'm passing on the fire that we have about this enterprise of ours, this passion of mine caused by the pandemic. And remember, my background is very, very techy, 3D, VR, EU-funded project, deep into course development, things like sort of, I mean, there's my expertise too, but I have thought at length about what could help teachers the world over during the next pandemic, yeah? And I was hoping to combine it with a means of income to teachers. And I hope both of that works. It's, I don't know yet, it's a startup, it's a pioneering startup. We're at the very beginnings. It could fail. Who knows? and just hope that I can pass on this excitement to course creators so that you come forward and say, look, let me give it a try. And if you wanted to, we are not saying, oh, come on, then produce the video course and we'll post it. No, okay. If you're shy to go on webcam, if you're shy to start explaining software, we help you. We invite you maybe to the conference, invite you for a presentation, invite you in front of the team, the three of us, invite you to present to us, yeah, the tool. Why not? In a small setting. And then we take the recordings, edit it beautifully for you, help you all the way. If you're shy, there's some out there who say, I'd rather do it on my own. Yeah, and we've seen this as well with edtech and if suddenly we get the videos sent to us, that's great too. Yeah, but we would like to assist everyone who's now at the very beginning of this enterprise as much as possible if you need us. Okay. Thank you very much for listening. That's the end. Stop sharing here. Oh, Giselle has got a good idea. Khan Academy. You know what it's about, Khan Academy? A math teacher who knows math explains math. So it's very, very teacher-centric. What we do is an English teacher explains Nearpod. Totally different approach. No, we're not a Khan Academy, actually. Yeah. Thanks, Giselle, for that question. Any others? Happy to answer. By the way, Helena will, and I keep saying that perhaps a number of course creators are not interested in actually the money-making bits of things. They're interested in learning how to create a video course properly. And Helena is going to, in 2 hours time, I think, no, when I create a course, we have a break now, yeah. Then we have Safsan's workshop, and then we see Helena coming in to explain to us how to create a video course for edtech. And she'll focus on the methodology, the didactics, the theoretical background of laying out the video course in a certain manner to address all of our 3 cognitive areas. And we look forward to that. Thank you, Helena, for doing this in 2 hours' time. Any questions at this point? Do you have to run, Martin?
Oh, yeah, I had to run for a while, but now I'm back.
Are you back again? And Martin, you are the one who's also with our direction, or Helena's direction as well. You were able to create a video course on Camtasia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
it was a very beautiful experience. Never done before.
Thank you.
Yes, every step of the creation of the course was very interesting. I always learning new things, always as I like I always say to Heike, she keeps me getting out of my comfort zone. I always say that, and that's true, and that's beautiful.
So thank you for sharing that.
Okay.
And Zainab, how was it for you?
Hi. I think it's not just recording something or teaching. Sometimes you know something, but when you want to teach, you need to know more. You need to explore more. And sometimes you should see it from the student's perspective to see what they don't know. And I think it's much more difficult. But for me, for example, I was making a video about Canva, and I have always used Canva. But when I was making a video for this platform, I had to explore more how to do that, or how to explain it for students to understand. And in the process, I had to learn more and explore more. And yeah, you can learn.
That is beautifully said, Zainab. That's really true. When we teach it, this is when we learn. Beautiful. Giselle, would you like to create a course? Have I encouraged you?
I think it's true what you just said.
There's, of course, in the text chat.
When you teach, you learn. That's right.
Exactly. So Giselle, that's okay. If you have time, she says she's very busy these days. So if you have time, Giselle, what tool would you like to present? Here's some thinking time. What tool could I present? To be honest, I'm looking forward to the next one that explains Facebook to me. Because it's forever driving me crazy. Socrative, Kahoot, and Padlet. Excellent, wonderful. Socrative, Kahoot, and Padlet. Does anybody know Socrative and Kahoot and Padlet? And this would be the next thing, is because for you, Giselle, obviously these make sense. But if I'd say, oh, what is Socrative? And could you say in one sentence what Socrative is? This is what I'm looking forward to when it comes to the blogs, yeah, that we might have even a quick reference. What is Socrative? An interactive assessment tool. It's actually on the par of Mentimeter, I find. Socrative is like Mentimeter. Does anybody know Mentimeter? Yeah. Kahoot is well enough, well explained enough, and Padlet is also well known. But if we wanted to say, what is Kahoot? Oh, it's not like Mentimeter. Okay. I thought it was the app that allows us to vote and then put things on. Giselle, we need your know-how. Simple as that. We need you to explain to us. There you go. We pinned you down. Thank you so much. So I'm closing this session here at this point.